Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is the Delta Gundam. Delta Gundam got nerfed, I think not this month, but the month before, because, well, it was a support that could survive for, 3 seconds or more. I'm mostly joking, I think, but yeah, it did take some downgrades, but it's still pretty decent, as you're going to see. It's a relatively fast-moving support. It has balancers. It has the thing that made it so dangerous, especially in the higher costs, is it has a beam coding skill which reduces damage taken and stun reaction from beam hits, and then until you lose half your health, at which point it starts, taking maximum possible damage because it reduces your beam defense to 0. I think that's overkill, honestly. I think it should go to standard beam defense from there. But yeah, I got caught by the sweep on that Zeta Plus's bayonet, and then got caught in the downswing when it turned and saw a support to kill. Because yeah, Zeta Plus A1 was always good in my opinion, because that downswing is killer. And now that it has the bayonet to go with it, yeah, it is a very dangerous thing. So yeah, Delta Gundam, still not bad, but yeah, as you can see, it only has 12,000 hit points. So yeah, 6,000 hit points and your beam defense is gone. So that's a major issue for it. I probably should try a build that is all beam defense and hit points. I believe this was beam defense up to 50, followed by ranged mod, which ranged mod has its moments, like, when you're shooting people, that specific moment. But also, just, yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like upping the hit points so you get the most possible value out of that coding might be a better way to go. Something to think about. I'm going to fly in and try and use my beam guns. The one I swear should have done more damage, but maybe it was a rapid fire gun and I didn't realize it. Regardless, it's not I like the fact that it's very simple to use. It has 3 weapons. It has 3 ranged weapons. They're all beam guns, and none of them charge. So you just aim at things and shoot. And beyond that, of course, there's the saber, and you have balancers, so you can, if you're used to using generals, you will have that fluid feeling of melee combat. You also have low melee priority, as I recall. I think it's priority 2. So yeah, you're kind of vulnerable going toe-to-toe with the some of the generals and any of the raids, so yeah, you gotta watch that. Think that is, yep, that's the A1, which I'd really like to not die to. Number 2 seems to be taking some shots at it. I'm doing what I can. And yeah, that bayonet's out, so I really need to watch it. And let's see, I did not take much, if any, damage. I did that time, but luckily my team's there. But oh, thank you, Shield. I really do appreciate you, Mr. Shield, because yeah, that would have killed me otherwise, or at least done really heavy damage. And yeah, it's got 1 rapid fire gun and 2 instant stuns. 1 charges very slowly, but it is still pretty good. But yeah, it's again just very solid, very simple. It's a good mobile suit, and I'm still, even with the nerfs, which I believe were a reduction in hit points among other things, but I forget what the other changes, if any, were. There's a habit with this to the changes that tend to be made tend to kind of work around whatever the central gimmick is. So the fact that I believe they did reduce the hit points is really kind of surprising. Because yeah, that's again just a lot of the nerfs that things get tend to be workarounds. I've noticed, just like whatever its most most dangerous facet is, that's the one they will get rid of. They will adjust last. The Rigazi, for example, is overpowering primarily, I think, because of its heavy attack. And I swear when they did nerf that a while back, literally everything except the heavy attack was adjusted. So that's just kind of the approach, and I think I kind of get it. It's one of those things of you don't want anything to be overpowering, but also at the same time you do want the things that you don't want too much. You can't have too much homogeneity. I guess that's the right way to pronounce that. It's not one I say out loud a lot in a game with a roster of hundreds of mobile suits. You don't want everything to play absolutely like everything else. So the things that have distinguishing skills like beam coding, you kind of don't want to take too much of the shine off of that if you can help it. But at the same time, some skills have wound up to be really overpowering, like the Unicorn Psychomu Jack. That did get, of course, shortened. And yeah, I am now surrounded by three things, one of which is the A1, and I don't even know if they realize how much of a favor they did me by stunning the A1 there. I walked kind of right into that. I was getting kind of frustrated because, yeah, there were three of them on me, and the rest of my team was pretty much alive and well, and there was just nobody there. That's because two of them are bombing the base, and I feel like bombing the base with somebody for backup is probably the best way to do it, because yeah, you just going in alone means that if you get taken out, the bomb will get defused. So it's it's a team shooter. The team activities work better than solo activities. That's that's almost universally true of this game. Just if you can get somebody to work with you, you will be doing better than if you're trying to just fight alone. That's the game. And let's see. Yeah, that is a Hama Hama. We are both supports. I can do a lot of damage to it, but also it has help, which I can kill that mobile suit if I can get my eyes on it. But there's somebody shooting at me from this direction now, and I'm surrounded by three things again. A little bit more forgivable this time, given that I am the only living mobile suit on the map on my team. So right now, just kind of working the stuns, trying to get away from things, trying to survive. That is, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm gonna die, but I managed to keep them busy until the base exploded. That's not bad. Yeah, that person said, let's sortie together. They waited until I was dead to say that, because, we'll be honest, I think I've said it before, let's sortie together when you're the only one out there on the field is pretty much code for we're leaving you to die. So I don't blame them for waiting to see what happened to me, but with most of the enemy team on me and, nobody else around, what was going to happen to me was inevitable. Yeah, and I spawned in here because you need to have at least one mobile suit on the field. If you're the top scoring team and you are absent for, I believe, 45 seconds, they will start just randomly giving points to the enemy team for dominating the battlefield to bring the score up, so you can't just wait out and end of a round like this. That said, we managed to keep ourselves from dying for that, so... And yeah, nerfs and all, it's still pretty good. 3,600 of our 14,800 points were me. 100,000 damage. And 4 kills, 4 deaths. I think, given that I've walked right into the middle of the enemy formation like 3 times, that's not terrible. So, that's going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! It's nice to finally have all the deltas. I do like them, and that's probably another one that's going to get put on the Jenga stack of models at some point. I did finally get started on one of those, though. I am working on the Full Armor Thunderbolt Gundam at the moment, and it's a nice high-grade kit so far. I'm really liking that.